and that way we can actually, be in the silence of existence and not have to deal with the tram or random cars slamming themselves through fucking houses. I, I hate the cars here so much, guys. I hate them. Please. Alright. Should be live now, I do believe. Corin, you want to do the intro?
Sure thing. Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Jumpchain Terminal Season, the portion where we're going to be spending time in the world of remnants from RWBY. When last we left off, most of the party was there in order to deal with all sorts of shenanigans. I always sucked at recaps. I'll start with God, how am I always forgetting your character's name?
Right
Jackalope.
there.
Well, yeah, I had to go switch the thing over.
Oh.
Yeah, so Jackalope was separated from the group due to being pulled aside in order to meet a certain fighter. One of their best physical fighters ended up sparring with Jackalope off screen. All that we really know about what happened is that both of them managed to basically destroy their arms. Jackalope pretty much destroyed his right arm, as did the opposing person, a woman by the name of Lay. She was Jackalope would know that she is a fairly ripped lion faunus. Very powerful. Jackalope and her fought to a standstill up until it was time to come back on screen, at which point his injuries have been healed up. Meanwhile, the rest of the group was planning all sorts of shenanigans involving a train heist. Their first and current mission for this organization is to steal half the dust from a dust shipment on a train. Only half, and try not to cause civilian casualties.
No. I believe we're waiting on Jackalope at the moment.
Well, Jackalope has arrived with the rest of the group moments ago. We've
The real question is he dead yet?
Is he dead? No. I mean, he got injured, but then he got healed. So as it is...
I was like, he might be like the last one alive out of us all. Who knows?
No, let's be honest, no.
He's like, I take that as a challenge.
I will die before all of you.
Anything else anyone wants to add to the recap?
I went and talked to the... I went quite a distance. Tempted to not get seen by folks. Really should have brought Lane with me. Or Lane? How you say your name? Lynn. Thank you. I don't know why I said that weirdly. Should have brought Lynn with me, considering you can fucking see beyond the stars, apparently.
Sometimes.
I put fireworks on my Heelys.
Yes, that's true.
I called my boss man and said, hey, yo, brosif, mimosif, we're going to rob a train, just so you're aware. And he was like, dang, son, well, we got folks who are about to get on that train, protect them, so if you get into hand-to-hand combat with them, be prepared to get beat down. Yeah, I said, woo.
A hunter team known as Team Caster is currently on that train.
It's on that boat, yo!
Along with that, another member of the party another member of the organization is going to be stopping the train long enough for you to be able to get on it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Sounds like we got a plan. I'm going to start informing Jackalope of the mission specifically, not anything else right now.
Alright.
So it's very likely that you're going to be right up in front. The girl with the weird boots is going to be second. And then me and Lynn here are going to be your backups, as since we're going to be on a train, it'd be quite difficult to get into very close combat, at least with snipers.
Gotcha.
That work for everyone?
Yep.
Yep.
We'll definitely see if that works out that way.
And our goal is to get the stuff, throw them through her warehouse door, which she also willingly gave information to the folks here that she can open a portal to an entirely different dimensional plane of existence.
I realize that.
I think I get half the stuff, yeah?
Yeah, at least half.
Yeah, we want at least half of it. The other half we can get or we can burn.
Wait, I thought we
No,
were leaving the rest of it
You
to
have,
Shade.
yeah, you have to leave half of it to arrive at Shade Academy and
Oh, do
take
we?
half of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so not at least half, only half.
Alright, we'll
Yes.
take exactly to the millimeter half of it.
I don't think you generally measure volume like that, but I'll assume you meant cubic millimeter or something.
Yeah, we just need like just a couple inches of dust.
Yeah, gotta get a couple ilms of it.
We'll get the good stuff this time around.
Goodness.
Alright.
Any comments or anything like that before we advance into the bulk of the operation?
I got nothing.
Nope. Jackalope don't care.
Nice.
All right. Then with that, all of you head out and move further up north. It's not exactly a frozen location, but it does seem to have been snowing relatively recently because it's largely white outside of the area when you arrive at the train tracks at the designated location.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to be a little bit before the train arrives, though, Katie, you feel something very odd about the location. If anything, it makes you feel a little giddy almost. Can you roll an endurance for me?
Concern.
Let's see. Yeah, mouse.
Is she gonna start
Keep
shredding some
pocket.
pipes or something?
Endurance is 3.
Deeply and violently concerned about
A
this
degree of
entire
success.
situation.
You are able to resist a weird sensation that goes through you. And you're able to figure out, it's almost like, it would be like catnip to you. Like, makes you feel all fuzzy in the head and all nice and junk. And a
Fuzzy
little bit
wuzzy was a
energetic and
bird.
giddy. You are able to, wait, actually, do you have the item Grim Bait?
I think I do, actually.
Okay, then you are able to recognize someone has activated Grim Bait in the nearby area.
Oh.
Wait, isn't
Oh,
that
that must be... Oh, yeah, okay.
is that jumper only thing, or is that something real in this world?
It's something real in this world. Inside of the canon, as I recall, it was used by Cinder at the conclusion of Volume 2 as part of her assault on the wall, which got foiled by caffeine.
Ah.
Or Team Coffee, I meant, but you know what I meant.
Interesting.
That must be the... I'm gonna assume that's probably the distraction that the person was setting out to help us out and stop the train and stuff.
Yep. So as you go, as you wait a bit, you can eventually hear the train approaching, in addition to a fairly large group of Grimm currently advancing. From the seams of things, it's at least several packs of Beowulf, as well as what appears to be one of the mammoth creatures. All of them seem to have converged onto that area, which of course would be very bad if the train were to plow directly into it.
Well,
You can tell that
Flufferinoes.
all of them seem vaguely enraged. And predictably, the train slowly comes to a stop a fair distance away. You can even spot that several people end up getting off of the train. It seems like a group of 4 people. They're advancing
Okay.
towards the Grim. You can take this opportunity to wait a little bit and watch the 4 individuals and how they try to handle the Grim, and then try to get onto the train, or you can ignore them and just go straight for the train.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I think those are the hunter things. I think Katie would probably be like, I think that's our cue, guys. Let's head out. And just
Yeah.
kind of goes for it herself. Well, just see. We going, guys? We going?
I think we should.
And head out?
Yeah, seems like that's our cue.
Alright. You all head into the train. Let me make sure that I've got the ratios correct on this one. Okay. You all basically arrive near the front of the train. More in the middle. Basically, you're able to slide in and on right
that's
between the coal portion and the actual. What is the word for for a train
The
thingy?
caboose.
Train car.
Okay.
You're able to get in between the coal car and the first seating car.
Is there a window or something? I mean, can I sense kind of?
So there are doors in between each of the locations. It's the door that would normally connect the coal portion and the...
So we're right about here?
Yes, basically you're able to step in through that door.
Nice. Okay. So in the second car, we're on the right side. You guys want to
Oh,
do
I
the
see.
dropping down of your peeps?
I had to scroll over. I was like, where am I?
I know, right?
It's a long, long boy.
I'm in the
It's a
cold. I'm in the
long
fire.
way. Oh my god.
Should be right here.
Kitty cat is so tiny.
Katie is small.
She's the size of a bean.
Beans. Are you having trouble adding me to things, by the way, Kane?
No, are you not able to drag out your icon?
I just forgot.
Okay,
It's been a bit, buddy.
all good.
You're good.
Okay.
But yeah, as you get on, you can hear that there's some commotion inside of the private cars, or the private rooms in the car. Specifically, each of these appears to be a private room where a small group is being housed.
Reminds
Do we
me of
just want
Harry
to
Potter.
duck under the door and then move forward, or?
Well, our mission is to keep going, so watch
If they have
out
windows
for...
on the side, yeah.
So I'll provide backup while letting Jackalope go forwards, along with probably Katie.
I'm gonna lighten their steps the way through
No.
the area.
Okay. You're able to move fairly quietly, especially with the addition of the gravity, making it so that you basically just don't apply very much pressure on the ground. Moving past them silently is trivial.
Cool.
Especially since the train is not exactly quiet.
I would be surprised if it
Stealthy.
was.
Stealthy.
Stealthies.
Now, let's see. Does anyone here have a tech specialty? Not to say like mecha engineering, but like other like technology.
I think my only tech is mecha, so
Okay.
No.
maybe
see.
Katie.
Actually, Katie, interestingly, for backstory reasons, Katie, due to your history, go ahead and roll me. So everyone will roll perception. Katie will get an additional die on her perception.
Alright,
mean sense?
perception.
Yeah,
Yes.
sense.
Okay. I think that would probably be...
We got a degree of success on Hunter, 2 degrees of success on Heli.
1, 2.
Let's see.
Hey, that's a degree of success.
Do you have a 0 sense or a 1 sense?
I have 1 sense.
Okay, so technically you'd get 2 dice because, like I said, your backstory gets you an additional +1. But you still succeeded on that either way. And Jackalope,
What am I rolling again?
sense.
Yeah, so D6 for every point you have in sense.
Yep. So it's literally a single D6.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Looks like aside from Jackalope, everyone was able to notice it. Helly, the first thing that you notice is around the outside of your spectrum of eyesight, you have your infrared. You're able to just barely note that there is an infrared sensor, not one designed to like pick up like motion, but rather a camera nearby has one set up. So there's clearly a camera right in between the two connection points between the cars. Katie, your advantage on why you're able to recognize it more easily is due to your history with the Foundation. You've spent a lot of time around the cameras, especially trying to purposely avoid the cameras while pulling your weird shenanigans. And Hunter, in your case, your eyes drifted just enough that you were able to spot it as it finished one of its rotations before it locked in place. So you're just able to catch it.
Yeah.
Now, Jackalope is currently in the front of the group, but is the one that didn't notice the camera.
Oh, can I go ahead and pat his shoulder to stop them if he's thinking of going forward?
Yes. Jackalope, you feel Helly tapping your shoulder. Do you stop?
Yep.
Okay.
Am I noticing that the camera is moving?
It seems to be moving every 20 to 30 seconds. Okay. However, it doesn't seem to let the door out of its line of view. You're able to tell thanks to the infrared, the little infrared laser appears to be aimed along the camera, so you can tell approximately where it's aiming at any given moment thanks to your abnormally high sense.
Okay, so I basically tell this to the group. Say, is there a way that someone can go like outside of this, like out one of the windows? Like, could that be an option? And then grab the camera from its blind sight or something? Or is this all inside the train still?
Oh no, this section is...
Yeah, the camera is outside of the train. It's specifically set up to be able to see both of the doors.
Mm-hmm. So if you go outside the window here, you would be able to have, or something like that, you'd be able to have access to it?
Yes, a person would. Specifically, there's a camera here, and Helly... Actually, you got 2 degrees of success. Despite the fact that it's got a solid train wall in the way, you are able to detect a second camera.
I can feel the radio waves. Who knows?
Yeah, as you can see, there are 2 cameras set up opposite each other to make sure that there's not quite a blind spot. However, you can also tell they're set up on the point connecting to the roof, and they're both aimed in a way so that they're angled down. They do, in fact, have a blind spot. It's from the roof of the car.
That's not
Looks like someone's going to have to go on the roof, I'm going to say, and grab them from the top. I can go, so I can...
Either you or I can. Are we meaning to break it, or... Because that might be noticeable.
Well, we just don't want it to capture us, right? So, I'd say, if you can, shove it pointing downwards and away. Or if you can't, because I'll be able to sense if it's pointing towards us. If not, we're just going to rip it off and throw it off the train.
Katie raises her hand. It's like, I would also be willing.
Do you have the strength to rip off the... Do I have the strength? What the fuck am I doing?
I don't know about strength, but I can go on top of roofs and stuff.
I mean, she has a gun.
I mean,
I do have a gun.
Okay. Do I feel confident that I could rip the camera off the wall, or should I just help someone else get up on the roof?
Physically, you can't. With your semblance assisting you, you can.
Okay.
What are you gonna say, Walter?
I mean, I could just break a window, hop up top, and take out both cameras at the same time with actually explosions would not be very stealthy. Whoever's next to this camera can just use their big off gun and punch a hole via the axe head on it, possibly.
I wonder who you're referencing there.
I mean, if it's hooked up to this wall, in theory, Sin could literally just hoist his gun backwards and cut through the wall, try to cut its wiring from inside.
That's
if
true.
that wouldn't make too much noise, because
regardless of what we do, we're going to make noise taking out these cameras. It just matters on how you make the noise.
So once we take out these cameras, we should be ready for a fight because someone's gonna raise the alarms. So
hopefully
let's.
not.
I mean,
Take
you
out
could put
both.
2 people on the roof, but again, someone has to get to the other side, which Jackalope could probably do easily.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm too big, so I think I'm too conspicuous. So I'm gonna stay in the tree, but I can help someone get on the roof if they need it, of course.
Yeah, I could probably help Katie, and you could help Jackalope if he needs it. Probably not, but
Who knows? Okay.
and then
Is that good?
both of y'all can shoot it down.
Okay, so Katie and Jackalope are going topside.
Is that cool?
Seems like it.
All right.
Okay. The window, well, there is a window that would allow you easy access out there without getting caught by the cameras directly adjacent to Hunter. It does appear to be locked. Would you prefer to smash it or try to unlock it?
Can I use gravity to alter the lock? Unless if it's a physical lock?
It is a physical lock, but it's not. It seems to be keyed. You could try and use your gravity manipulation at an incredibly fine level to try and pick the lock, but that would be incredibly difficult with that level of accuracy.
Damn.
I'll leave my goose down here as lookout.
I mean,
Fair.
why not just pry it open?
I will step to the side.
Yeah.
There's no need to break the window if you can just break the lock.
That is true.
This is true. Go for
Have
it.
at it.
All right. Wow.
Oh my god.
Anyone want to roll to assist him as well?
Sure. Roll my strength.
Yes.
All right. Oh my
Can I roll like force going against it so I can like enhance anyone?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Fucking
In your
simple
case, you're utilizing your
lock
ability.
is just like
Roll.
bitch.
In your case, you'll roll dexterity rather than strength because you're utilizing your ability instead of your physical body.
Me and Jackalope's just like
What the heck is
Kinda.
this window made out of?
1 second on
fucking
this
titanium
window.
apparently.
Wait a second, I'm trying to look for anything that can help me.
This is a bitch made of titanium.
Might I assist?
With a
Katie.
gun, maybe?
Breaking the window?
Maybe lock, more important.
Is this
Yeah,
count
it's-
for? Does this count for the once per encounter? Can I use this before we have an encounter, or is this like once and done in this entire?
Which ability?
It's the abs. It's just a +1 strength, dex, or endurance.
So in this case, it wouldn't be applicable because you're not using your body.
Okay.
Unless you want to try and rip it open at the same time, in which case I would accept both a dex for your semblance and a strength plus the bonus for
I
the.
don't think we're getting this window open, guys. This is a sturdy
We
window.
got this. I have faith
There's a
in
one in-
us.
There's a 1 in 3 chance that you pass, and that's 10 failed dice back to back.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I
Wow.
hope you guys will just end up banking your high rolls and just completely steamroll the next group.
So, Katie, about your help here. How you feeling? All 3 of us just like, huh? How Shaggy's punch. I'm like punch. She's just punch, and we're like, huh? Not working.
Katie's just gonna be like, step aside. Let the breaking and entering master take a shot at this.
Fucking potluck. Lockpick this shit.
Yes, 1 degree.
Okay, Katie,
Oh my god.
describe what you do.
What?
Describe what you do, Katie. The goal is to wrench it upwards and break the lock through force.
All 4 of us at the same time.
Yeah, I was using. I don't know. I was using dexterity, but
Do you want to try to pick the lock?
yeah, that's what I was imagining. Like I just take out my gun knife Just finagle the lock with the bladed end.
Okay. What you're able to determine is that the blade does not fit in the lock very well. However, after trying to fiddle and get the knife in there, you get assistance from an unexpected source. The goose jumps up and slams his head against the knife with incredible force, driving the knife directly into the locking mechanism.
Dude, this window got fucked up.
The window's glass is completely fine.
Nah, this
The
lock, man. This
lock
lock is fucked up.
The lock just got sheared through.
Fucking 4 people just like, huh, how the fuck? How the fuck? Goose is just like, fuck you!
Yeah, having hammered the knife in with his head, the goose is currently reeling, the impact having dazed him a bit as he seems to waddle around disoriented. But the window is open.
I give him
I
some
love
head
how
pats.
all 4 of
I do.
us had at least 1 2 in each of these rolls. Fucking chances of that shit. Good
Alrighty,
God.
well, get going, guys.
The dynamic duo does it again.
All right, time to jump up out a window and up a train.
Yep.
Climbing onto the top is pretty quick, pretty easy, especially given the fact that you're basically hunter level. Hunter with a lowercase h, not your character, Sin. So all of you are able. Well, it was Jackalope and Katie going up top, right?
Yeah.
The 2 of you are able to get up pretty easily. How do you plan on dealing with the cameras? Just a little bit of violence.
Yeah.
Alright.
Same with you, Katie.
Yeah. Katie's just gonna flippin' figure most of it out when she gets there, but she's hoping that maybe explosives.
That wouldn't exactly be the stealthiest, but I won't say no. Jackalope, what do you do when you reach it? Do you just like grab it and wrench it clean off?
I mean, I could, but I would need to time it with her so that, because do the cameras see each other?
Helly would know that information.
I say
you want to-
currently they're... Yeah, I can do like a live time. Like I can tell them what's happening to the...
Okay.
Where
Just
they're
kind
going
of
to.
yelling out the window.
No, not yelling, but yeah, kind of.
They can technically see each other, but only in the very corners of the angles. So if you reach down and wrench it off, they'd only be able to see your hands and only for the second if it's mistimed. So you're probably safe, even if it isn't perfectly timed.
Okay. They can't
like a
find
3,
me if
2,
it's just
1,
a human hand.
Yeah, just do like a 3, 2, 1, 0, and then wrench it off at 0.
Yeah. Katie, your gun
Katie?
knife will come in handy again.
Yeah. Here, Katie, you don't have the strength to be able to rip it off, but what you do have is a knife, and there are some cables if you want to try cutting them.
Yes.
Oh yeah, bullets would probably be less than stealthier, huh?
Fortunately, Jackalope don't need bullets. He's got his own guns. You can't.
I have grabby hands.
Okay.
Oh.
So both of you, or so I will have Jackalope roll strength, and I'll have Katie roll dexterity.
Okay.
You're pretty much guaranteed a success on doing it, but it has more to do with your timing.
Oh.
Katie, okay, so the first thing that happens is Jackalope successfully rips it up on the count of 0. Katie, you fumble and nearly drop your knife clean off the train.
It's just like
but-
0, and you're like, what the fuck?
Do you lunge forward to catch the knife?
The knife is the more important thing here to Katie.
Roll dex.
Oh, we might get into the...
Hey!
Degree of success, and now roll one more dex for a separate reason.
Oh.
Dang.
No
The
successes.
exact
You are
same
able to
roll,
catch
but
the knife.
worse.
You are able to catch the knife,
Can I
but
get her?
in doing it, you do end up falling into the line of sight of one of the current active camera, the one that you
What?
tried to cut.
Damn.
It's just
What would
you laying backwards, like half your body is just laying over the over the roof bit here, and you're just like, wave. That's all I'm
was she
seeing.
on this side or this side?
I assumed she was on this side while
Was it
Jackalope handled
any
further.
way possible that I'd be able to see her?
You can't see her. No, not through the walls.
Damn, this is why you guys need to call out when things are happening.
So, interestingly, you are able to note that when she, specifically, you're able to feel when she's spotted by the camera because the infrared line, denoting its line of sight, does get broken, basically, when her body goes into it. Because, like, light is a ray and all that.
Can I use gravity to force her sharply out of the...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I do that.
Okay, reversing the gravity, she's pulled right back up. Katie, having rolled a previous success, I'll just say you are now able to cut the wires. Unfortunately, from the seams of things, your face is going to show up inside of their view. But, no alarms.
Silent alarms, maybe. We gotta get going.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
I'm going to open these doors and continue on through.
Yep.
Let's go.
Additionally, as you do that, firstly, Jackalope and Katie get to roll sense here.
Okay. I believe I had one taken sense.
Damn.
Ooh, Jackalope got a 6.
Damn.
Alright, now if my mouse
Making
will
up for
start
all
working.
the failed rolls so far.
Look, if Jackalope's good at one thing, it's knowing when his life is in danger.
Okay.
Fair.
Katie, you don't notice anything. Jackalope, you notice that the Grim appear to be fleeing. The group is approaching the train, and you're sure that it's probably going to get started again pretty soon. Given the fact that they're not moving with any sense of haste, it doesn't seem like they spotted you. But Team Castor is on the approach.
Now, if
Double
there's
time, folks.
If there's one thing Katie is bad at, it's knowing when her life is in danger.
I'll nod and I'll start pushing Lynn forwards.
Yeah, let's make sure to sense what's in the room first.
So in the next room, it appears to be that there aren't any people in there.
Okay. Do I sense any radio wave or something from the
No.
cameras? Okay.
It doesn't seem like there are more cameras in there.
Is it locked?
It is not.
Okay, I'm gonna push it open, but I'm not gonna step inside.
Looking inside, now, this is a limit of the fact that I pull all of my maps from the internet. Rather than a bunch of benches, you see a large collection of crates. Most
Okay,
of them
do I-
are labeled with the Schnee Dust Corporation logo.
Well, time to get moving,
Is there any
folks.
like lasers on the ground that sense?
There are
anything
not.
trapped? Okay, I step inside. Okay, we're good.
Nice. All right, make your
Okay.
portal. Me and
a
Jackalope will start tossing things in.
Yeah. I make
Alright.
a portal on the ground, and then I use the gravity to lighten everything, and I start using my fingers to start pushing, just lightly pushing everything into the.
Oh, that's neat.
Okay.
Let's go.
As you get started on that, everyone roll Dex.
Ah,
Should we
shit.
lock the door behind us? But maybe it won't matter for the fucking.
Dex-
Katie passes. Jackalope very much passes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no,
We
guys!
were,
God
we
damn.
were banking our high rolls.
Okay.
Hunter
We were
passes.
banking.
I don't pass.
Helly is the only one who doesn't, and unfortunately, Helly's the one who was pushing the thing. The train lurches back into movement, and while everyone else was prepared, Helly, who was distracted with trying to push the things, ends up more or less tripping. Now, you said you nullified the gravity while pushing it,
Yeah.
so it's 0G.
Oh no.
Well, it's somewhat. Wait, yeah, because they have to be lifted off the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, as you
you
trip,
push
it
them.
ends up going wide as you try and push it as you fall forward. You're able to catch yourself, no damage, obviously, not even a skinned knee. However, the crate you are pushing slides to the side.
Can I slow the gravity and then halt it so it slowly goes back to the floor?
Roll Dex. Yeah, your modifier for your semblance is Dex.
I'm in danger.
You are able to slow it. It ends up bumping against one of the windows, but does not shatter it, thanks to you slowing it down.
Damn, I could have asked to, like, hey, someone catch it. Whatever.
We're
Okay,
quite a bit
so
behind
I
you.
turn it slowly back on, turn the gravity slowly
Mhm.
back on, and say, oops.
Careful now. I'll grab one of the crates next to me and start, kind of walking forwards.
So where's the portal? It can be right here,
Mhm.
since it's where most of the crates are.
Circle, circle, circle. Boop.
Yeah.
All right.
Just start chucking crates into hole.
Yep.
I'm just gonna watch. I'm not gonna. Should I not move him? Or should I?
Jackalope, you said chucking, as in picking up and throwing in.
No, chucking as in picking up and putting them in.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because these are volatile energy sources. I needed to make sure that if you were actually throwing them. Oh,
No, I was being figurative. No.
Okay.
I'll
So,
be relatively careful.
Each of
with them
you are
too.
able to get a crate in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. When I'm not going to require a sense roll for this one. You're able to hear one of the doors, not the one to this room, but not the one to this car, but the connecting door to the next car. You can hear it open.
Jackalope, stand ready.
Is there a way to stop this? Okay, I can use 2 different instances of gravity. Is there a way to keep the door, either apply pressure so that the door's forced to, cave so that it can't really move? Even though they could rip it open if they had.
Hey Hunter, you have a hunter license, yeah?
Oh yeah.
I'm an academy hunter, so no.
You have the equivalent, something that would make sense to you
do
doing
have a student ID.
I have a student ID, yeah.
Could you maybe explain undercover work? For tracking purposes?
I don't know if they'd believe me.
You gotta believe
yourself.
I mean, it's better than getting into a fight.
I could stall. Okay. All right, hold on. I will go and
Don't
stall
them.
It's better than getting into a constant fight if possible.
Yeah, do it outside and then shut the door.
Because I will chuck a crate at a person, and I will not care what happens.
Yeah, get the other 4 in there. If they're in the other train cars, so y'all do quick work. I'll do my best to stall them.
Oh, so you could mark these crates for, retrieval?
No, that's true.
Maybe? However you decide to do that,
Do I have anything to mark them? Shit.
What, did you think I was gonna be a bad guy? No, I just like benefits.
I don't think I have anything to mark them with. Katie, do you have anything in your magic bag of goodies to mark things with?
Okay.
You seem like the most.
If it doesn't go,
mark.
I was just saying that if you do manage to stall them and we get in the 4, if it happens, I'll leave the portal open. If that will already be through. So you just jump through and I'll close it because they can't get in anyway.
All right, it should take another 5 minutes for y'all to get those boxes in, and get all through. So we'll see what happens. Katie, do some marking, and we'll see what's going on.
5 boxes, damn.
All right. So, Hunter, you open the door and step out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make sure
as
it's
you
closed
do,
behind me.
as you step out, there's a momentary pause. You come eye to eye with someone that you don't quite recognize. Let me just make sure they go to the correct layer. Faunus, red hair, and given the huge frick-off revolver on their hip, it's probably safe to assume that they're combat ready. You meet eyes for a moment before his hand immediately goes to the revolver. Identify
I'll raise
yourself.
my hands up, just like, hold on. No need to fight just yet.
Identify yourself.
I am Hunter, from the... Which academy is it, Corn?
Shade.
From the Shade Academy. I'm here on undercover mission at the moment.
Show me some ID.
I'll reach in and grab my student license.
He takes a look at it. This is a student license, all right. Well, first off, he hands it back. If you're undercover, don't give me your ID that easily.
Should've
Like,
got
what
to
if I
yours
was?
first. Fair.
What if? Yeah,
Can I see
he
your ID?
reaches into his pocket. Yeah, here.
I'll look
He hands it to
over
you. The name's Carmine, leader of Team Caster.
Fitting.
Who sent you on this assignment?
Do you mean the Shade Academy headmaster, or do you mean the person I'm working under that I'm undercover with at the moment?
I mean, what are like the headmaster? I guess the headmaster sent you this one.
I informed the headmaster I'd be taking this one, and he cleared it. This is more on the spot, and effectively,
The
it's
headmaster is
to
also the
prove
one who handed us the mission to protect this.
we got this after.
What's your undercover mission?
The undercover mission is to steal half of these crates, and then take them to the leader of the organization that we're currently under investigation of.
Well, that's
We're going to be
good.
marking the crates as well to make sure that we're able to retrieve them at a future point date.
One sec. He pulls open his scroll.
I'll nod.
Yeah, that's a new message. One second. I've got a mission update.
I'll nod.
He clicks into it. Oh. He turns it around and shows it to you. From the seems things, it's an order that to provide assistance to an undercover operative by acting as though all individuals on board are terrorists. Engage in combat. Do not inform the remainder of your team about this information. Attempt to prevent the death of the hunter, but engage in direct combat regardless.
Cool.
Looks like I'm going to be helping you out a bit by trying to kill you.
Fair enough.
Well, kill, he says, adding finger quotes.
I'll nod. Let's try and make this believable. They're currently getting the stuff in there, so we got... I'm gonna look. I assume I have a watch. 30 seconds or so before they're all finished. What you specialize in? Revolver? Combat?
Yeah.
Physical?
Yeah, we're all close range fighters in Team Caster. It's kind of a joke.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we expect you to be long-ranged.
If we were long range fighters, they wouldn't have shoved us inside of a bunch of cramped train compartments.
That's true. I'll, kind of shrug my gun. As you can see, I ain't. But my companion in there is a close-range fighter. So...
I'm going to walk back. Let's see. How many of the train cars have you cleared already?
I'm sorry, how many are there?
We're currently handling 4 train cars of dust. So have you already cleared one?
Likely this thing is about to get cleared.
Okay. I'm going to walk back to my group
Uh-huh.
and say that something seems... He looks up to the side. Damn, destroyed the cameras. Okay. I'm going to say that the cameras have been damaged and there's likely an assault. You've got about 30 more seconds. Then I'm going to come back with my crew, and then we're going to have to lead the assault. Be prepared for that. Make sure that your team is ready as well. But if possible, make sure that they know to not hold back. We might get caught on some separate cameras, and it needs to look believable if we don't want Shade Academy to get completely shafted by this.
Aye, fair warning. Our melee person is brutal, so I'll give him the order.
That's fine. We've got... No, if you've got someone who's a brutal melee user, I'll just assign Rust to him.
Gotcha.
What's he look like?
I won't give him Jack Love's description. He loves fighting, by the way, so...
Okay. Then I'll make sure Rust has him on target.
Gotcha.
Shouldn't be too hard to convince them. Alright, you get back in there, get what you can out of there.
I'll nod. We leave exactly half, so we'll take 2 carts.
Okay. With that, Carmine turns on his heel and then walks back through the door.
I'll do the exact same thing. There's 4 carts in
as you
total,
get
we'll
inside-
take in 2.
As you get inside, the rest of the crew is just finished packing away the rest inside of this car.
We're taking 2 cars.
Alrighty.
First one seems to be done. We got about 30 seconds before they start fighting. They're going to not kill any of us. They are under orders to not result in the death of any of us. However, they will be fighting us, and we have to make it look
Only Carmine has
extremely-
those orders.
Oh, sorry.
Like he said, the rest of them are not going to be informed of the details.
Yeah. Only the red one has orders not to kill us, so the rest are going to try. I'm gonna look at Jackalope. You get to fight a guy named Rust. Apparently he enjoys hand-to-hand combat excessively.
Gotcha.
Make it very believable. Preferably try not to kill him, but do what you gotta do. Oh, set up my gun. Just fucking on the other side of the train.
Alright.
Katie,
well-
Lynn, pack this car as much as you can.
Got it.
Nah.
If
probably
I fly around, can you stay here, Katie? And I'm gonna go to each one and push them like towards you, and just and so you catch them and push them down.
I can try.
If you can stabilize yourself because of the
Mhm.
no G with the goose or something. I don't know how you're gonna explain it.
Ghost powers!
Because I can fling myself around and push them towards you for even
Mhm.
faster. So let's try to do that.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you advance into the second car?
Yeah.
Okay, once you get in there, the second car is considerably larger and has more in it.
How dare
So-
you?
Pack them up.
Oh, dang, there's apparently a limit on...
By the way, question. We can destroy the cars themselves, yeah?
I think they said not to destroy the train, but
The rules were no civilian casualties.
No civilian casualties, and at least half of the shipment has to get there.
Yes. So, frankly speaking, they don't care if you destroy the car. As long as you
Okay.
don't result in unnecessary death, it's all groovy.
If no one walks into this car, there won't be unnecessary death. Not the people we're fighting, just normal civilians. As I'm gonna walk over to a wall and start tearing it open.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, alright,
Now,
so
as you can see, I've now
probably
moved
me
the
and
thing a little
Jackalope are
bit.
going ahead, are going to stay in the car that's already been
Emptied.
emptied. And then the girls are going to go into the next car and start emptying the crap out of it.
Okay. So,
Okay,
as you advance
so-
into the next car, the first thing you find is another one of the civilian cars. However, this one does not have any sound. It sounds to be empty. No civilians to be found in there. We're heading further back. The next collection of stuff, of the dust, can be found in another one of those crate-filled rooms. So that means Jackalope and Hunter would appear to be here,
Mm-hmm.
while Helly and Katie are both in the back one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A few moments later, as you're just about to get started, you can hear the door hiss open, and a couple of people rush in. The first one to rush in does not slow down whatsoever. First sight is of pink hair as she just lunges towards Hunter.
Mhm.
However, you do hear Carmine shout, "Rust, stop!"
Jack, punch!
This is the one named Rust. The pink-haired one.
And my immediate response is, Jack, punch it!
Gotcha!
Oh boy.
As a heads up,
She-
splitting the party does mean that it's currently going to be 4v2.
Oh yeah.
That's
Hmm.
okay.
We're just
shout.
delaying
I'll
right
be
now.
able to hear, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm also, having already been set up, going to shoot past Jackalope as he... what's the word?
You said
intercepts.
punch, Jack punch, and his
Yeah.
semblance is also going to immediately activate because he knows this is going to be an uphill fight.
Man,
Oh,
what if there
yeah.
was a dog pile? What if you just grabbed the other three and then you just
All right.
choked them off?
You both got equivalent successes. Defender ends up winning. She's barely able to dodge it. However, because of equivalent success, she is pushed back. She is not able to continue charging towards Hunter.
Nice.
You notice that she's as she does that, her hand moves down to a large blocky rectangle on her side before she flicks it open. A large ballistic scythe being unfurled.
fancy. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot pretty much past her, towards the group in the back. Not necessarily trying to hit anyone, but
if you're trying to rush right past her in this cramped
no, I'm
environment,
not rushing.
you
I'm
will...
shooting past.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're firing past, that's fine. You end up lining up. Let me double check.
Not necessarily trying to hit
one,
anyone, but that loud bang is going to disorientate at least a couple people, and then any shrapnel is going to be nice too.
The green-haired one steps forward and raises his hand upwards. Go ahead and roll your dex against his dex.
Okay. Do I add in my mecha bonus?
No. You're just firing your gun.
Yeah, it's a +1 to all checks regarding mecha shift weapons.
Yes, but you're not utilizing his mecha shift properties, and your weapon isn't very much a mecha shift in the first place, as you explicitly stated in your backstory.
Oof. Oof.
1 degree of success. As that happens, as you end up pulling the trigger, you notice that a burst of energy seems to come from his right hand as a small torrent of wind forcibly diverts the bullet. Instead of following a straight line towards the group, it ends up shunting off to the side and shearing through a good chunk of one of the drums.
Irritating.
Now let's see. The 3 of you ended up taking early actions, and he had a response. But now it's time to roll dexterity for everyone in order to establish the initiative order.
Yeah,
Additionally, I will still have Katie and Lynn roll dexterity just in case they get involved.
Okay, rolling dex.
Hunter got a degree of success.
So God.
Jackalope and Hunter both got degrees of success. Oh, Helly got 2 degrees of success, and ooh, that's good. So then... First, I'll roll for Rust. 0 degrees of success. Next for Carmine. 2 degrees of success. Then I'll just be using their names. Tempest is the green-haired one. He'll roll 0 degrees of success. And the last one is Strix. 2 degrees of success. All right, so the highest ones appear to be Helly and Strix. Helly got 2 6s, so Helly's going to end up taking first, followed by Strix. After that, it'll be Jackalope. Then...
Me?
No. Oh, actually, yeah. You have a degree of success. It'll be Jackalope, Hunter, then Katie. Just make sure I'm getting all this. So I need to add Jackalope to there. So Jackalope goes after Strix before Hunter. Jackalope, Hunter, Katie. Then...
Oh, you have to... Because it's a new map, you have to do new turn order. So I can't see anyone but Strix and me.
Well, that's a little troublesome.
So you have to,
Okay. So I've emptied that. Okay, so we open with Helly, followed by Strix, Jackalope, Hunter, Katie.
Nope, that's...
And then
that's Helly again.
Oh, whoops. My bad. Where is Katie?
Katie's not here.
Katie, drop.
Yeah, you're in the back with Helly at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Let me just... Mouse, come on.
You got this, mice.
Come on. You're so close. You got to the page. Drag and drop. I did it.
Good job.
I'm in the hole.
Nice. So then Katie, followed by Carmine, followed by Tempest, I think.
Yep, you're missing Rust, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm missing Rust. Oh, and Rust actually goes before Carmine and Tempest due to her numbers. Okay. So it looks like you all have outsped most of the enemy hunters.
Nice.
I assume that Lynn and Katie, you'll be using your turns to do portal shenanigans.
Yeah. I was going to kind of describe how I was going to do it, because I thought of something differently. So I'm going to create 2 different instances of gravity one's going to be holding down this, like a smaller area around us for us to stand here. And then it's going to be gravity pulling towards the portal in here. So we stand in here. Oh, can I move over, please? Please. Right here. And then we catch boxes as they begin to move towards us. And then we just shove them down in here.
Ooh.
Okay. I will say that that would require you to end up moving around a fair bit. While you do have a good amount of range in terms of how far you can expand your circle of influence, it's not large enough to be able to handle like the whole train car or anything.
So just starting off with this side.
Okay. So yeah, you'll be using your gravity to pull them towards there, and then you'll be shunting them into the portal afterwards, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And Katie, I assume you'll be assisting?
Yep.
Cool. Then in that case, the first person to move is Strix. Strix immediately unfurls what appears to be a bow staff as he charges in, seemingly to get into melee range with Jackalope.
Jack, are you gonna be okay?
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
Are you going to?
But the more they hurt me, the more I can hurt them.
You plan on enduring, or do you plan on
Enduring, because Jackalope's semblance is on.
Okay, roll strength. 0 degrees of success for Strix. But degree of success for Jackalope. Roll a d6 to gauge your scale of success in absorption. 3, pretty good. I'll say you have half a success banked at the moment.
Okay.
And it ends up slamming against your side, but not dealing very much damage. Strix seems to be more testing the waters and clearly underestimated your physical durability.
Just like sup.
Jackalope, it is now your move.
Get him.
Well, there's 2 people in front of me, and I have 2 hands.
Yeah. If you want to make an attack against both of them, you'll have to you'll roll each one at half strength.
Aww.
But that'd let you do 2 attacks.
Okay.
Cool.
Can we use like the front half of the other one? Or you want me to just roll again?
You roll again, I think.
Yeah, if you just roll all of them together, I'll just split it in half.
Okay. So I'll do a secondary roll this time around, just cause.
Okay. So your first roll does have a success, but it looks like your second one does not. So Rust... Actually, no, I'll let you choose. Who are you hitting first, Rust or Striga?
Probably Rust, because they're the one who charged up first.
Okay.
And
You
they
end
also
up-
have a scythe.
Yes. Okay.
It's a little
so
harder
then,
to absorb.
Hey,
Rust. Okay. Just double checking stats real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Rust does get 1 degree of success and ends up matching with you, raising the ballistic scythe up. Your fist ends up impacting against the body of it. Neither of you end up taking any damage. However, Rust seems to be eyeing your gauntlets very carefully.
Yeah, he hasn't actually fired his gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
He's just letting the kinetic build up. And the other one, you know what? Jackalope doesn't use his arm. He uses his leg as he goes for a side kick.
Oh, nice.
Striga is able to back off just enough to avoid getting hit, though it seems that he seems to be... The way he's eyeing you up isn't on your gauntlets, rather, he's looking across your body, especially the point where he hit, where he landed a solid blow, but you took no damage.
Yeah, I'm going
He's
to
eyeing
make...
you up.
I'm going to do...
You know, eyeing up your opponent like that's a little mischievous, young man.
Mischievous.
Young man.
Well, what can I say? Gotta praise my target first, right?
Exactly.
So I'm going to make my barrier right here and ready an action to smack whoever the fuck comes through the barrier. So
Okay.
pretty much just... Ooh, did not
All right.
mean to do
So you're holding your action for now, aside from just creating the barrier?
Yeah, and just
Okay.
making sure something goes through it. I'm knocking them to the ground.
And Katie, like you said, you're assisting in the process, so is there anything specific that you do, or do you just kind of...
Nah, it's pretty much just like, whoo, whee. Yeah.
You throw the goose out and then catch the goose. No, wait, we're kind of busy right now, but later.
Oh, Mr. Goose, protect us!
All right. Once again, it's Rust's turn, as this time she, rather than trying to strike at you directly, she aims her ballistic scythe at your feet.
Ooh, fancy.
Dodge or endure?
In this case, dodge.
Okay, you'll be rolling a dex versus hers. 1 degree of success, 0 degrees of success.
4, 3, 2, 1, baby.
Oof. This time, as it ends up happening, the detonation at your feet ends up throwing you off considerably. The purple light of it seems to also be that she was using gravity dust for the shot. 0 degrees of success. Striga is also impacted against it, as she is completely disregarding his presence. He's slammed bodily into the wall.
Just like a wizard with fireball.
You hear Carmine shout, "Rust, watch it!" Jackalope, you end up being thrown back, and you will impact against the barrier set up by
Hunter.
Hunter. I blanked on your name.
Yeah.
Roll a d6. 2. Not quite high enough. And roll an additional d6. Because there was both the fact that you did get hit.
Oh my god.
2d2s.
I'm
I
not
will
doing
count those as the other half of your half success from before. Between those 3 rolls, you now have 1 banked success.
Careful.
Gotcha. Hunter. Do you mind if I, we're not supposed to kill him, just hurt him, right?
Yeah.
I may scratch that slightly. I may break her arms. She just disregarded her own teammate. And I'm gonna be honest. Jackalope looks at you and he ain't smiling. That kind of pissed me off.
Don't kill her.
Damn.
Maiming is perfectly fine.
Good. As Jackalope stands up, and you see him load his gauntlet, he fires out the dead shells he's had in there for this entire time, and just shoves it into his coat, and you see 3 shells of opposite types as he cocks them in.
Oof.
You notice that Striga looks confused for a moment as he slowly gets up, as Rust raises an eyebrow. Her smile widens considerably
I'm going to
as you
shout
can tell
out
her
real
pupils
quick.
are dilating.
Y'all might want to back the fuck up.
Carmine narrows his eyes. Sorry, can't exactly do that. We got a job to do here. He ends up drawing his revolver, which is around... The barrel is as long as a forearm,
Jesus.
and it's abnormally oversized, as he seems to draw it with casual ease, aligning the shot. However, he doesn't seem to be aiming for either of you directly.
Oh.
He aims down the sights, and no degrees of success. However, no degrees of success means that he fails at his target, and his target is explicitly neither of you, because he's under orders not to hurt you.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
Well, shoot, he wasn't supposed to hit you guys, but I guess he missed. Jackalope, roll dexterity. Because obviously he can't hit there.
Eat the bullet. Eat the fucking
That is a
bullet.
degree of success, though. You are able to avoid it, and he ends up hitting his original direct target. The barrier. Now, what modifier do you use for your semblance, Sin?
Probably endurance.
Okay, roll endurance on that, which makes
Okay.
sense. It is a
Yeah.
shield.
So he failed at the act of failing the act of failing.
Oh my
More or
god,
less.
really?
No degrees of success. Now, Hunter, you explicitly mentioned before the idea that you like the concept of being able to have your thing shatter and deal damage to those behind it.
That's gonna hurt.
Yes.
Fuck.
So as your shield ends up shattering, roll endurance to try and endure the damage.
With that, I'm going to add my +1 from overflowing aura. Oh no, that's not that. I thought I had something else for that.
Is it the can't die thing? Do you have that one?
I don't have that one, oddly enough.
Oh, okay.
Increase regeneration of all local super energies. Oh well. I will roll 3d6. That's more like it.
All right, you'd get 1 degree of success. While it is uncomfortable and causes you a bit of damage and pain, you are able to more or less dispel the broken shards before they're able to inflict any actual damage. As it is, your outfit is scuffed up and you've got a couple scratches. But beyond that, you're fine.
Just gonna crack my neck.
And as a heads up, that fired like a gosh dang hand cannon, and you can tell from the impact that wasn't a dust-infused round in the first place. It just shot like a cannonball.
Careful, Jackalope.
You good?
I'm fine. You can keep them from me. I'll pull up the barrier again.
But that Tempest seems to crouch down slightly, and you notice his... going by looking over his weaponry, it seems like he's wearing a pair of large black metal greaves. As energy seems to circulate around them, you can see a thin green energy, the same green energy that preceded the tornado that redirected the bullet, as he shoots himself forwards. But not just forwards, also upwards, soaring above Rust fairly easily and going for a spinning kick directly into Jackalope.
Jackalope's going to just raise his arm and endure.
Okie doke. That'll be
You got
strength
this.
versus endurance.
Come get some.
Neither of you had any degrees of success. But you end up matching, and Defender wins matches. As you end up slamming into each other, you're able to defend it and endure as he is pushed back from the impact. Skidding backwards, almost as if he's sliding across ice, he's in more of a defensive stance as he ends up sliding
Yeah, I'm
almost
also
near
gonna
Rust.
go ahead and roll for that as well.
All right, that's let's see.
It's a 4.
Okay. So I'm thinking the way I'll do it is that basically you'll be building up to a certain up to 6. You rolled a 2, a 2, and a 3 before, which puts you over that. You're now 5 points out of 6 towards your next success.
Gotcha.
And I'm posting that to make sure that I don't forget it.
Understood.
Lynn, it is now your move. You've successfully allocated 1/4 of in one round. You have allocated 1/4 of the amount required. You continue operating the same way. The sounds of gunfire and small-scale detonations have been heard from the adjacent thing.
I have yet to hear anybody scream out for assistance, so I'm going to continue.
Okay.
Man, I get the feeling that some super cool stuff is going on out there that we're missing. I hope we finish this box so soon. I want to be out there.
Yeah.
That Strix ends up standing up. He seems to have reoriented himself as you can sense his energy swirling around him. Similar to the others, he is activating his semblance. Unlike the others, there's a physical change that accompanies it. He surges forwards, once again targeting Jackalope, since it seems like you're the frontline fighter, as you notice that his arms seem to erupt. They grow multiple times in size, and black fur seems to grow from them as he ends up swinging down hard.
Jeez.
Endure or dodge.
Can I meet it?
Yes, that'll be a strength roll.
1 success.
1 degree of success versus 0 degrees of success.
Okay, I
Boy.
was nervous.
As you meet, there's a soft crunch as you end up impacting fist against fist. However, unlike your hands, which are gauntlet and filled up, you can tell that from the small recoil he does, his fleshy hands, no matter how tough, just crunched from the breaking of one of his finger bones.
I'm gonna give you a chance to back up for a second.
Before that, roll a d6. 4, that puts you 3 out of 6, and you now have 2 banked successes. Strix's eyes narrow.
You good?
I'm fine. You can hear more clicking from his hand now.
Good. Because your friend pissed me off with that action. Hey, idiot! Don't hurt
Tempest
your
immediately-
teammates.
Before you're able to finish the second part, Tempest reflexively says, "Which one?" before catching himself.
Jackalope stops, stares at them. Okay, so this is normal for you people. Hey, pink hair. Don't shoot your teammates. As Jackalope actually kind of looks pissed off for once. Not happy in the slightest.
I think y'all
You're,
made him mad.
This time you hear Carmine shout, Strix, back off. He's going to be activating an ability of some kind. At that, does anyone want to try rolling sense to see if he's like lying through his teeth? Because it's not the most clear thing.
I'm 90% certain I would be able to tell.
Something seems off about his tonality, but regardless, Strix follows the leader's orders and immediately leaps back. Black fur erupts on his legs as he pushes away, and there's you notice that something's odd there. The carpet where the black fur had touched does appear to be having some sort of negative effect to it. Something seems gross about it.
Careful.
Set up your barrier quickly.
I'll nod.
Jackalope.
I can either do that, or I can capture the green one.
Set up your barrier. Keep them from going back. We don't want them accidentally exploding dust. We don't need casualties.
Will do. I'll do that
So
after my
Jackalope
turn
just
while he
starts-
does his stuff.
Yeah. He's just gonna walk forward. Move.
She might be a problem child, but I'm not about to abandon my teammate. As he says that, his leg gets hooked by by her scythe as he's basically tripped up, and she more or less
Beats him
pulls him and
backwards.
slides him backwards. She ends up stepping forward to get into close range with you as well. Her grin is wide.
Oh, she doesn't care.
As I said,
Hey.
folks, back the fuck up. He's not happy.
Jackalope looks... Is this lady short or tall? Like, what's her height?
She would appear to be approximately 5'5". I
Okay,
don't know
so-
Jackalope's height.
Jackalope's roughly average height, so 5'10"-ish. Maybe
Okay.
5'8". 5'8" to 5'10", roughly in that range.
Either way, you're taller than her.
Yeah. You're an idiot for shooting your own teammate in that. Never risk them. You're not even worth my weapons. As Jackalope's gonna just headbutt this chick into the ground.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ, give me
Strength.
4 or 6s, baby.
Strength versus endurance. Oh,
2 of them.
boy, 2 degrees of
Oh,
success versus
God.
1 degree of success. As you
Oh,
slam
are you gonna add
into her,
your
she
bank
ends up...
door?
Oh, yeah, are you including your bank or not?
No.
Alright.
Okay. She ends up recoiling from the impact as she stumbles for a moment. You notice that a small trickle of blood is now coming from her forehead, despite the fact that she should have ample aura to have protected her.
You see
It's
Jackalope put
just
up
she
one...
turned it off on purpose.
Yeah, Jackalope puts up one finger. Rule 1 of fighting. Never risk a teammate. You
Oh,
dunce.
he had aura shielding him.
Jackalope flipped her off at that comment. Never. You're not even worth my weapons. As Jackalope puts his weapons away.
Oh.
Funny. For a second there, I actually thought you were worth mine.
Good.
Boy.
You should be scared. Oh, so I'm gonna... Should I take my thing and, how many things for the charge on that one?
That one,
Just-
that was you landing a hit on her, so you can't absorb a charge from the impact.
Fair enough, I'll take it.
As for Hunter, it's now your turn.
I just did my barrier.
Okay. And you're banking your action again?
Yep.
Okay. Just as a reminder, if you, since you have banked an action and it wasn't used through that whole thing, your next attack will get an additional die.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm considering he shot it last time. My plan is that if I see him shoot again, I'm going to shoot in kind by just removing my barrier and firing, because I'm all set up at the moment.
Okay. Katie, I assume that you're continuing to assist?
Yeah,
Duck
I'm gonna
goose,
ask,
baby!
I'm gonna ask the goose to just
Roll
peek out
1d6.
the door, see if anything's getting dangerous or epic and stuff.
Okay.
Like,
Go ahead and
Let's
roll a
get
d6 to talk to the goose.
roll a d6 to talk to the goose.
I'm sorry, that is basically a critical failure there. Instead
Mr.
of following your
Goose.
orders and listening, the goose appears to be engaging in what can only be called the chuba dance. If you haven't seen it, I'll send you the gif, but it's too busy dancing to pay attention to you.
The tuba dance?
This is a
Chuba.
complete. And Katie just
Post it.
looks as this is a completely understandable preoccupation.
Oh my god.
So I'm now gonna post it. Oh, I almost posted
Look
it.
at them going crazy in the
one.
background.
This goose, man.
You are not sure
Oh.
where it got the hat from.
Oh, the video's unavailable. I'm gonna fucking cry.
Yeah.
Just open it.
Yeah.
Just like nod sagely at the goose.
So you have no idea what's going on out there, but you do know that this duck got some sick moves.
How far along with the boxes are we?
Every round you'll be concluding 1/4 of it. So at the end of this round, or when you reach Lynn's thing, you'll be officially half done with this area. And of course, this is the last area. So
Okay.
basically, you just need to last 2 more rounds after this one concludes, and you will have everything packed up.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
With that, it is now Rust's turn. She ends up... you notice something clicks inside of her weapon as she ends up reaching down and grabbing it almost by the blade. Hunter, roll for me 1d6.
Oh.
Something that you can do only because you have that skill.
Oh, damn.
Not high enough. Something like it catches your interest. Whatever it is, it's abnormal for a mecha shift weapon. As she ends up grabbing it there, she ends up raising the whole blade upwards as something seems to distort around it.
Careful.
Jackalope, dodge or endure?
Dodge.
Okay. It'll be Dex versus Dex. Oh dear.
Get worse. Get all ones. No.
1 degree of success. The blade is just barely able to graze you. It does not deal any significant damage. It just leaves 1 thin scratch.
That's an abnormal weapon type. Be
Thanks.
wary.
I designed it myself, as most of the students do.
Impressive.
If you'd like to see it in person, she angles the blades and points at you. Then just give me a second to deal with him.
Yeah, I'll let you see mine up close and personal. It's just practically cocking my weapon.
Carmine, despite having shot only 1 bullet from the massive gun, he seems to swing it downwards in order to open it. As you notice, the shell that he launched is nearly as thick around as a fist.
So mine. Oh no.
Damn.
This shit goes through steel. Oh no.
He pulls out another shell. This one you notice is emblazoned with the Schnee Dust Corporation's logo. You're not sure what kind, but it's a dust round. He slots it in and then cocks it, raising it and aiming it, but delaying his action.
Both me and him are like, you shoot, I shoot, boy.
Tempest, on the other hand, is looking straight at you, Hunter, as he raises his hand. Roll dexterity.
Okay. That's a 2.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, he
Oh,
rolled a
no.
double 6. Okay.
Flip.
So, does your barrier require you to have focus? Like, if your focus is actively broken, does it remain?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Okay, because that's important here, because underneath you, the swirl of energy suddenly occurs as a burst of wind literally slams you upwards into the roof, causing a dent in the roofing of the train.
Yeah,
When you end up impacting against the ground, it's with an additional burst of wind surging you down into the ground and damaging the portion that you land on as well.
It requires conscious effort on my part.
Okay.
So
The
I need
conscious
to be
effort has
conscious.
been broken. Since it requires conscious effort, that heavy double impact back to back from 2 strong successes like that does mean that your barrier falls apart.
Oof, dang.
Along with that, the banked action is now being executed upon. Due to being prone, roll dexterity -1.
Well, that sucks.
0 degrees of success, though.
1
from
degree
Carmine.
of success, baby.
All right. As you roll to the side, you are just barely able to avoid the shot as the massive shell is a better accurate descriptor of it than bullet, because
Really
the
is.
shell impacts heavily against the ground and detonates. Roll endurance.
Okay. Let's see. Is aura related endurance checks like when I get hit?
No,
that
it
is?
is related. So endurance is used for if you're like straining your aura abilities and using it for too long, then you will have to make a aura related endurance check. But that's
There
not
we
what
go.
damage is for. Okay, you're able to endure. You take no damage from the impacts. However, the ice dust does now have half of your body more or less trapped against the wall.
Just like I'm assuming I have at least one hand free.
You have one good arm, and it's the same one holding your weapon.
Sweet. I'm gonna angle it back at the sons of bitches, just like, you wanna try?
Okay, Lynn, it is now your turn again, which means that you have now completed half of the overall stuff. Another series of detonations can be heard, but nobody has called out for help. Do you continue?
Yes.
Okay. It is once again Strix's turn as he looks to the side and says, Leader, requesting permission to advance to the next car. Carmine pauses. Yeah. Be careful in there and do not deal excessive damage unless necessary. We can't afford the dust going up. That Striga nods. You know, he seems to crouch forward a little bit before, from his back, large furred wings seem to erupt. He crouches and gets ready to surge forward before leaping clean out the window, shattering it.
Well, I'm going to yell at pretty much the top of my lungs. Prepare!
Okay. Obviously, he's talking to us because, you know, they're within, like, talking distance to each other. So.
Yeah, that was very much a scream.
Question. You people have health insurance, yeah?
There's a pause before Carmine says, I don't like the way you phrased that, but yes.
Sorry, midget. Looks like I have to take out my weapons. As I'm gonna blow up the side of the cart to hit the guy flying.
Okay, roll dex.
Come here!
It's gonna be tough in order to land that shot, but also, before you roll, would you like to use any of your banked successes?
All of them, all at once.
Okay, that's 2 guaranteed successes on top of whatever you roll. So that's 3 successes. So he gets to roll 3d6, but unless they're all successes, which they are not.
Fucking
even
grab
with
him.
2 successes.
Even with 2 6s, he does not successfully avoid the impact, as you end up detonating the area adjacent to you. A good chunk of the car ends up exploding from the banked force as you impact against Strix. He is sent hurtling off to the side. There's only one issue. Roll endurance.
Yeah, I've now blown a hole in the cart. Which, you know what? That was planned.
No successes. You can feel a burning pain in your hand.
Ow.
Totally worth it, though.
It is not from the actual hit itself. Based on the damage that was done to the carpet earlier where he jumped off with the furred legs, it is definitely confirmed his fur is poisonous.
Oh, it's okay.
The forbidden floof.
God.
Okay, yeah, the forbidden floof.
Let's go.
I feel bad because also this rust person's also next to me, so she's also dealing with that impact.
Ooh,
she is patiently standing there. Even as you detonate it, she seems to hold her ground. The majority of her scythe is supporting her from where she's standing.
The shrapnel slapper?
The shrapnel can't slap her because all of it is an outward force.
Oh, yeah,
similar to how if you smash a window in one direction, the glass almost universally will go in the direction it was smashed. Which, by the way, does mean that Strix has been hit with a lot of metal shrapnel.
You're lagging super bad.
Strix got hit with a large amount of the metal shrapnel.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Ow.
All right, with that, it's now Hunter's turn. If you want to take a shot, you'll only have one arm, and due to the size of your weapon, you will be disadvantaged. Tough enough that if you wanted to break out of it, you would either need to do something really dumb or spend your entire turn breaking it. it's your choice. I
thick-ass
am
piece
pretty
of
sure
ice,
that
but I'm a sitting duck if I don't do anything. Let's do... because my semblance is a trigger activation, so minor hand gestures and such. Small action.
you can use it right now. Yes.
Can I use that basically as a bonus action and pretty much put him in a cage?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a bonus action, but yes, that is 100% an action that you can take.
I'm going to do that and say, Jackalope, punch me out when you can, as I fucking snap and make a solid barrier. Like, usually it would be a cell cage, but this one's just a solid cage around him.
Okay. At that, Tempest quirks an eyebrow but doesn't say anything. Katie, I assume that you're continuing to assist?
Yeah. But while I do that, I'm gonna attempt to communicate with the goose again. It's like, okay, I feel like there's something cool going on. So can you just like peek out, squawk if it's something dangerous, flap if it's something cool.
Okay, roll a d6. It stares right at you, then squawks and flaps. Just looking straight at you, dead in the eyes, and then resumes dancing.
I'm just going to.
So clearly, he is now saying, the only thing dangerous but awesome going on right now are my dance moves.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That Rust ends up moving even closer into your physical space as she kind of angles herself. She seems to lift her scythe in a way in order to kind of almost hook it around you, but not touching you. She says, okay. You know what my semblance is?
Spatial distortion, probably.
Not quite. How about you, let's do it again, shall we? She activates her semblance, and Jackalope, your body automatically moves on its own, and you perform the exact same action you did last round. You don't have your bank successes, but you do basically move to punch open air, as she uses your own momentum to pull both you and her right out of the train.
Fuck, okay.
What? Did she just use Encore? Fucking Pokemon move?
Her semblance is indeed Encore.
It's Encore!
It forces the opponent... If she has touched someone with her aura, which she did with that small little scratch, she can force them to perform the last move a second time. Now, you and Rust will have to engage in combat outside of the train.
That's gonna hurt.
Additionally, as you both end up tumbling and rolling across it, both of you will be rolling endurance because you just fell out of a moving train.
That's very good for you. That's very good for you.
Jackalope, not only do you take no damage, go ahead and roll a d6 for me. Because you're just going to... Let's see. When last we looked at it, you had 3 out of 6. So now you're at 4 out of 6.
Jumps out the train, just like, yeah, I'm fine.
She gets 1 degree of success and bounces a bit, but is able to get up on her feet. As you end up stumbling around Jackalope, you can see that not only is Rust here, Strix is getting up and is currently approaching you.
Fucking covered in bruises and blood.
Yeah, he does not look good.
Oh.
So for now, I'm going to put her into the GM layer.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I'll keep her out here because, like, I'll just have... You won't have... I'm assuming that neither of you are planning on leaving melee range anyway. So I'm just going to... What the... Huh? Oh, it seems to think that I'm on the wrong layer. So I'm going to move you both into this area. If you do end up moving around, feel free to use that private room portion, since I assume that the rest of the team won't be.
Gotcha.
Okay. In the meantime, is now Carmine's move again.
Well,
he calmly strides right past Tempest, seemingly just ignoring it entirely. You watch as he slots in another shell. Once again, Schnee Dust Corporation logo.
Can I tell what type?
No, they're
Alright.
unmarked aside from the logo. Probably
Cool.
to prevent people from knowing what he's shooting before he fires.
Because I should have the dust forged. Dust was forged into my metal. I may pick fire, ice, lightning, or gravity. It now has a special effect equivalent to the chosen type. Fire will cause my weapon to superheat. Am I able to kind of turn that on while he's walking around the thing?
Yes. If you're doing it to the entire weapon, it will get you out immediately. If you do it to however, this will damage your hands for holding it. If you do it to part of your weapon, then it'll basically take your turn, but you'll be completely fine.
I'm gonna wait until he fires and probably light it.
Okay. He's banking his action and not immediately firing.
Interesting.
It is aimed directly at you.
Okay.
Do you surrender yourself to the Hunters of Shade Academy to be tried in a court of law?
Hey, Katie!
Okay, Katie, I'm basically going to treat it as you having banked those previous actions. If you like, you can take an action now in order to go out there now that you've been called.
I Healy out.
All right, you Healy out. As you do, roll dexterity for me.
Alright.
Take your goose.
Watch it.
Mouse disconnects. Up.
Hey.
2 degrees of success. Despite all odds, you still managed to Healy on the carpet.
That was 4.
Yes. I'm sorry. Do you not know how hard it is to Healy on carpet?
That's true. You get stuck all the time.
Look, you have to understand. I'm a Henderson.
So yeah, as you Healy out across the carpet in your modified combat boots, small sparks trailing behind you as you slowly slide out. I'm assuming you're holding the goose in one hand and stroking him like an evil villain with the other as you slide into view.
What's up?
There's a moments of profound confusion. Now, if you'd like to take an action, tell me what that action is.
I'd need you to dance with them for a minute.
I'm gonna assume you mean that in like a cool way and like not literally.
Yeah, I mean a combat function.
Okay.
Fair warning, he has a gun, the other one has wind.
I have 2 guns.
He has a gun that has the same caliber as mine.
I have
He
guns
looks between the
with
2 of your
knives.
guns and says, actually, I don't think they're the same caliber.
Raised my eyebrow.
Wow, he's distant.
He ends up rotating it slightly. Yeah, it ain't by much, but looks like I got a higher caliber than you.
Oh, look at Katie.
Now it looks
oh,
like
look
you've called in
back at my
backup.
gun.
So I'll ask you as well, miss. Will you surrender yourself to the Hunters of Shade Academy and allow yourself to be tried in a court of law?
No. I don't wanna.
I see. Well then, in that case, it looks like you're going to continue your terroristic actions. As such, I'll be making my gun live up to its name.
Terrorist stopper.
The name of the weapon, which you can see from the way that he rotates it around, you can clearly see written on the side, is Peacekeeper.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's better than terrorist stopper.
Alright. Now, Katie, do you choose to take any physical actions like firing on them or anything like that?
Isn't he stuck to the wall?
I am.
Katie
Yeah,
is, or sorry, Hunter is, but not Katie.
Is he good? Can he get himself out?
I can. Just either involves
Yeah.
hurting myself or buying me some time.
Yeah. I'm just
Of
gonna
course.
like let go of the goose and then like pull out my guns and just like fire around and then
The sound of gunfire and honking fills the area as Carmine immediately has to dodge.
Jesus.
Wow, okay. 2 degrees of success. He's able to not only dodge, but continue walking forward in the process, weaving between your bullets while his gun is still aimed and trained directly onto you, Katie. Meanwhile, Tempest just kind of looks around at his cage and says, "Oh no, whatever am I going to do?" Before angling his hand to point at Katie. Katie, go ahead and roll dexterity.
Can he see her?
Yes.
Oh,
You've told me before that your shields can be seen through.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, 1 degree of success versus...
Please hit him
1
in the
degree
back.
of success. All right. Both of you have the same modifier, got the same total roll and the same number of successes, but because you got a 6 to his 5, you win, Katie.
Cool.
The ground beneath you erupts in wind and does end up causing you to lift off the ground. However, having just recently experienced 0G thanks to Heli, this does not disorientate you nearly as much as you would expect. Instead, you just kind of feel floaty as you slide upwards towards the ceiling. You are able to now stand on the ceiling and continue your suppressing fire. Lynn, you have now achieved 75% of activity. Without Katie here to assist you, it might take a little bit longer, but that'll be determined by rolling me 1d6.
Get a 6. Get a 6. That's not 6.
That is
I'm
the
concerned.
opposite of a 6.
It will take an additional round.
That's not 6.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned, guys.
All right. Now I'm going to move over to the GM overlay for just a moment so that I can move him back to the token layer. Because, as I mentioned, he is approaching you. Not only is he approaching you, but the majority of his body is currently covered in fuzz. That same cursed floof.
The forbidden floof.
Forbidden floof.
Why not friendly?
We're in snow, yeah?
Yes.
Is there any blood trailing behind him by any chance?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
You can also see several chunks of metal shrapnel have been embedded into the thick, dark flesh.
Gotcha.
Additionally, by the way, your hand is only burning more underneath your gauntlets.
Ew.
He ends up spending due to his current condition, it takes him pretty much the whole turn just to be able to get into melee range of you. Meanwhile, it becomes your turn.
Has the train already passed us by?
There are a few more train cars. You could potentially make it back onto the train if you book it. However, you would have to get past Rust.
Can she still control your encore, or she has to?
I think it's only
She can
for one
only-
turn.
Yeah.
Bold assumption to make.
It's whatever my last action was, she can double it up. Technically, if I start running with a disengage, she'd just be doubling up my running.
Yeah, if you choose to take a disengage action, she would basically force you to perform the same action of disengage again, which is just the same thing that you're already doing. That is correct.
If you want me to do that.
Poison and double up. Interesting. But ultimately...
She eyes you up, noticing that you look towards the train, and says, "Oh, I wouldn't recommend that."
Oh.
She kind of turns her scythe just to aim. As a heads up, this is a really high-power rifle. Who knows what might happen if I accidentally hit a dust compartment?
You're willing to kill people
On your own train.
on something you're trying to protect.
Well,
feel like we
are
have
you willing to
very-
take the risk that I will?
Not really, actually.
That's what I thought. For a
Which is
terrorist,
kinda
you don't seem like
bizarre.
such a bad guy.
Well, maybe you had more than one brain cell, you'd be able to figure it out. Hey, silver hair.
Yeah.
How are you holding?
Well, Honestly, I feel like a Borbatox just ran rampant on my insides. What's it to you?
Jackalope just kind of crosses his arms and like, get back on the train.
What?
Get back on the train.
I ain't
You
looking to
end
give
up
horse in the mouth. You got it. He ends up
If
getting
you-
up on all fours and immediately sprinting away. Just he's not hesitating if you're giving him the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm giving him the opportunity because we're trying not to kill people here. And he's extremely injured, and we're in the snow. If the train passes them by, he's screwed.
At that, Russ kind of tilts her head. Really nice, I guess.
No. But we're not allowed to kill people right now.
You know, me and Strixie
And
heard you say
if
that
that
earlier.
train passed you by, with his injuries, he would die out here. And I'm not allowed to kill people.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. After I put you in the dirt, I'd make sure that he gets taken care of.
It would be problematic if I ended up killing one of you.
Oh well, I ain't gonna look gift horse in the mouth either. I wanted to dance
But-
with you.
I guess I was a bit presumptuous now that they're all gone. What are you gonna do?
Isn't it obvious?
Try to capture
My
me?
My
Try to kill
duty
me?
as an
What's your-
honorable
what's your
huntress
idea?
of the Academy is to make sure that you, as a terrorist, do not assist your fellow individuals in claiming the copious amounts of dust on that train. Therefore, it is
connection.
my humble duty to keep you here, to make sure that you fight me.
Sorry,
Yep.
He seems to have died.
Oh, yeah. I'll give him a second. His internet apparently just completely went out.
Sorry, leaves.
Yeah.
He did say sorry.
That's true. Do you want to just do mine while we wait for him?
Yes.
Cool. So now that he's focused on her, I'm gonna say to Katie, do you got these two?
Maybe?
Good enough for me. You have your goose. So you said that it would take my action in order to use the superheated head to free me. Would that include
Yes.
my movement?
No, you will be able to move afterwards, albeit not at full speed. Just
Okay.
because you'll have to get up from prone.
Yeah. My plan is to go back in here. Help
Okay,
her
so you're
get through
retreating?
everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Get back inside
roll-
in 4
Roll me a
minute.
dexterity.
Okay.
This is to show how easily you're able to get back up.
God damn it.
No degrees of success.
It is really
Unfortunately,
happy with the
as you end up
fours.
landing, a bit funny. Your wrist aches a bit from the sudden impact.
Crap.
You are able to get back there, but it takes your entire action to get back there.
Yeah. Get back in about a minute.
A minute.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
All right, Katie, it is
Or
your
a couple
move.
seconds, I suppose, but yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm wondering. A, can I make 2 Grim at the same time? B, can I use a Grim at the same time, at the same turn that I make it?
Yes and yes. However, if you make multiple Grim, they will be smaller and weaker than if you made a single one in the same period of time.
Okay, alright.
For example, you could create something the size of a jaguar or a Komodo dragon, and it would be fairly strong. Or you could create 2 that are probably around the size of very large house cats, and they would be weaker, but you'd have 2 of them.
Okay. Alright, okay, so I am going to... How large is a puma?
Large is what? A puma?
How large is a puma? About
the
jaguar
same, yeah, about
sized.
the same size as a jaguar.
Isn't it like half of your height, but about your length?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was originally thinking 2 birds, but then I realized that guy has wind powers.
that would not end well for the birds. Correct.
Yeah, that would not have ended well for the birds.
Squish, squish.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna make a puma-sized one, and then just have it like rush in for
Okay.
think
You say it's
Carmine
puma-sized.
is.
What kind of animal is it?
Puma, I guess.
Okay.
Oh,
Welcome
there's
back.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. As the puma grim surges forward to attack, I'll slide back. I assume that you can hear me now, Jackalope.
I am here. Hi,
Cool.
sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're good.
Connection.
So, yeah, no problem. Happens to us uncomfortably often. So what she was saying was, it was like, it is my humble duty as a huntress of Shade Academy to make sure that you can't assist those terroristic fiends that you call friends. So it's my duty to make sure you can't do it by fighting you out here. Basically, with way too much sarcasm, she's saying she wants to fight you,
I'll be right back.
even if it means getting ditched by the train.
All right. Jackalope puts up his weapons, takes the disengage action, and leaves.
Okay. As you end up surging away, her response is to angle her scythe backwards. Let's see. Your back is turned to her. Roll dexterity -1.
Gotcha. So.
She has 1 degree of success to your 0. She ends up impacting heavily against your back, utilizing a dust round from her scythe in order to propel her at absurd speeds. As she impacts heavily against your back, roll, I'm going to say, endurance to stay standing. 1 degree of success. So you are able to stay standing, however, you will stumble fairly heavily, as she's now holding onto your body, as you can feel a knife pressed up against your neck.
Just can't make this simple, can you?
Nope. I didn't pull you out here just to talk.
To be fair, talking is kind of boring, but it gets the job done. I prevented at least one fool's death today.
Yep. Too bad it wasn't your own.
So you're going to kill me?
Well, I mean, it's not like I'll be held liable for it. You are a terrorist.
Maybe he should have explained it to you people. Whatever, not my problem. James A. Jackalope. Special Services. That
Huh?
means nothing in this world.
Yeah,
Bomb defusal and disenfranchised boxer.
at that she pauses. Though you do note she seems to rotate the knife a little bit in her hand at the sound of bomb defusal. Huh. You get more interesting by the minute. James, right?
People just call me Jackalope.
Okay, then I'll just call you Jackie.
Fair enough.
Now, the way I see it, I am going to hold this knife to your throat while we wait for the train to pass.
Oh, I wasn't
sound
running
good?
towards the train.
Huh?
I was running towards the cliff.
Oh.
And you're on my back.
Oh,
You
dear.
have good endurance, right?
Well, I'd certainly say so.
Jackalope grabs onto her. Well, you're coming with me then.
Cool. That was the plan. She
Sweet.
seems dangerously nonchalant about this.
I wonder if we'll live.
Christ.
I don't know.
You're an adrenaline junkie, yeah?
How'd you guess?
The smile. You ever go skydiving?
You know, I can't say that I have, but I'm open to new experiences.
Well, let's go then.
Lead the way.
I'm just gonna keep
She
running.
actually removes the knife from your throat as you run towards the cliff.
Cool.
So, I'm assuming you just leap right off.
Oh, yeah. There's no hesitation whatsoever. Technically, my part was to delay them. I've done that. My job is done.
Okay. You go right over the cliff. You can clearly hear her joyous shout as she basically is now riding on your back as you
neat.
both descend through the cliff.
Jesus Christ.
In the meantime, I'll cut to Carmine as he looks directly at Katie. His back is to Tempest. Katie, you can clearly see him mouth the word duck.
Nope, goose.
Do you choose
Please
to
duck.
duck, or do you
Please
choose
duck.
to be a smart aleck? Because I am fine with either one. It's funny.
For the love of God, don't get hit by that caliber.
No,
It's like, duck, no, goose. Ugh. Fucking tank to the
So-
face.
See,
So,
there's the
what-
smart choice, and then there's the there's the Henderson choice.
Okay, so in that case,
he was actually
You can
probably
roll-
trying to help.
do you want to roll to endure or roll to dodge? In this case, you will not get the +1 bonus from listening to him.
Oh my God.
I assume endurance is the goose choice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll endurance.
Alright, how much do I have
Oh,
in
no.
endurance?
Oh, no.
No, don't make us pick you up off the ground.
It's just like, duck. Pulls out gun. Goose, motherfuckers. It's
2
a
degrees of
goose.
success.
It's
This
a
one-
goose.
As you say, no, goose. He pulls the trigger. The gravity round impacts directly against your chest and explodes. The amount of concussive force is incredible. Normally, it would knock a person clean out and deplete their aura. With a roll like that, instead what happens is there's a very dangerous sound of shearing metal. Helly, Hunter, what you see next is Katie. As she crashes through the area, destroying a lot of the area that you had already cleared. Fortunately, not setting off any dust.
I regret nothing!
Katie, you feel your head feels like you recently just took a 2x4 right up the side of it with no benefits. You're a little dazed, a little dizzy, more than a little out of it. You can feel the webbed feet of your dear friend the duck standing on your chest.
Goose.
Oh my God. He took the bullet. Fuck is this
you would,
goose
like-
made of?
My feathery angel.
I am looking at this, like, Hunter's looking at this situation, just looking at the goose with a look of just like, if you try to kill us, we're not surviving.
Let's see. Now that you entered a different area, is your barrier still around Tempest?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not as good as you think.
It's just really
As,
annoying to him, hopefully.
You can see green energy appearing in the area around where he can see, that area, as a small hurricane seems to manifest, picking up these shards and shrapnel of metal and stuff like that, and swirling it around into a small steel dervish of blades.
I'm gonna take that. That's mine now.
Oh, you can with gravity.
I can't.
You can,
Just fucking,
That's
you
fine now.
turn it. Just like, there you go.
right?
bud.
How do you choose to
I'm
do
gonna
that?
send it back to him.
As you attempt to invert the gravity, instead, it seems to fight against you.
Oh.
Similar to how he has raised it vertically upwards in defiance of gravity, normally, if you just turn the gravity to push it towards him, he'll just fight
Oh.
gravity the same way he always has.
Can I? Okay, he does that. Can I try to? I'm gonna unravel it. Go against the
Ooh.
swirling action.
Okay.
Can Possible
That's
gravity?
so the thing is, because it's a rotational thing, if you pull the
Yeah.
direction in one way, then it'll
You
just do
could
the same
pull
thing.
it
it previously
straight
was.
down.
Well, that's the same as
Can-
normal gravity. You can multiply the gravity and see what happens then.
How? So it's like a cyclone around here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
and it is growing larger.
Can I
So if-
direct it like a? Can I direct it into the portal?
It seems to be fighting any active attempts. You can try to outroll him.
I don't want to get hit by that. So, to unrolling it won't happen. Redirecting it won't work. Oh no, that won't.
Gravity against reverse gravity.
We could pop in the portal real fast and then hop back out.
I'm gonna say it to
But
you.
Katie's still here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it to
Katie
you.
is not in a condition to be jumping into the portal. You'd have to get her,
Yeah,
which
I'm
would take a
gonna
little bit
say
of effort.
to you. I'm assuming this place is almost done because it's.
Yes,
yeah.
there's only about 15% of the thing left.
So I'm gonna say to you, hold it down. Increase
so
that
you're currently
gravity.
at 43 out of 50% required.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it to you. Pull it down. Make that gravity hard. I'll take care of it.
Okay, I guess I'll just stress against him and just
Make
all
an
the
endurance
effort.
check because of how frequently you've been using your aura and because of the drawback you took before.
no.
Make an endurance check.
Do I get any bonuses? So
Any?
it's just a roll 1.
Do you have overflowing aura?
She took a thing that basically makes it mean that she has an incredibly small amount of aura.
Oh, that's not good for you.
I only took the drawback, which is the white fang woes. I deleted everything else, but
You
I
removed
still
the other
only
one?
have
Okay.
Okay. Let me
yeah.
check your.
But
Did
I
you send
only
me an
had
updated?
one.
Oh, actually, is the character sheet updated?
Yes, now updated. Yeah.
Okay. Let me.
So there's only one drawback, which is the white fang.
Okay, then in that case, you don't have to make the endurance.
Oh, nice.
I did not know that you'd removed that drawback.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, yeah. So roll whatever modifier you use for your gravity manipulation against his wind manipulation.
Only 2d6. Oh, guys. Okay.
He has 1 degree of
Oh my
success.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Can I? It's like, can I drop myself to the ground? Oh no.
Unfortunately, you are not able to overpower his as it picks up speed even more, and more of the shards of wood and steel are being picked up.
Oh.
Let's see. Everyone, actually not Katie, because of the specific angle she's laying down at and because she's prone. Hunter and Lynn, you both need to roll endurance, because there's not room to dodge this.
Oh boy.
So I only have 1.
Hey.
It's just gonna hurt me.
Hey.
Oh, shit. Hey.
And degree of success. Okay. And we'll roll his modifier. 0 degrees of success. All right. You both luck out. He abruptly reverses the effect of his wind, causing all of the shrapnel to surge out at an incredibly high velocity. By ducking to the side and making yourself as small as possible, you are able to minimize the damage. However, the metal and shards do shear open a good chunk of you. You now have a wide variety of surface level scratches across your body. Additionally, Helly, roll 1d6.
Oh no.
Well, I get 6 this time. God damn it.
No.
That roll was because you do have large, sensitive wings. The shrapnel does end up dealing significant damage to your wings. It is very painful, and it will mean that you cannot fly for a prolonged period of time until the next time that you're able to rest.
I'll essentially like grab Katie and kind of yeet her at Lynn because the gravity aura is still going, which I assume will lower her speed as she flies in there. Otherwise, the boxes would hurt.
As a heads up, Lynn, it is now your turn. You have only 1 more round necessary to get all the dust in, but you would have to use that round getting the dust in.
Get in.
We have to finish it.
Okay. So do you rush over to grab the last of the dust?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, we do that.
All right. As you're approaching the last of the dust, there is another sound of shattering. As through the window erupts Strix, who Jackalope had sent back.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. I want to flick him out.
Get in.
As he lands, you can see that he lands on all 4s. His stance is fairly stable. It'd be difficult to dislodge him. However, his eyes do go straight to you. Now, you said you were headed towards the last of the dust, which means that you're uncomfortably close to him.
I'm gonna I want to shoot myself backwards then.
Okie doke. Go ahead and roll
'Cause
your
I know
modifier.
he's here.
As a heads up, 1 degree of success means that it's perfectly fine. You got 1. Okay, now roll endurance.
Oh no. You are
Oh,
so
no.
not a combat-oriented person.
No success. All right, you do land and impact against him. It's not a heavy impact. It's not a strong impact, but it's an
Yeah.
impact that, because you have wings on your back that have just been shredded, is incredibly painful. You do lose your focus, and like it feels awful.
I'm gonna like hold you and be like, do we have enough?
Let's see. Additionally, you have tier 3 trigger, right? For your semblance?
Me?
Yes.
Do
Same one I
Does
have.
it say?
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm seeing it inside the screenshot of a sheet you made. I'll open the official
It requires
sheet.
conscious effort, yeah.
Yeah, so because your focus was broken, all gravity effects have been nullified.
Mhm.
So that means the big ol' area is now nulled. Additionally, it means that the boxes are going to be heavy. However, there's only 2 boxes left.
Make a
They
portal
are
under it.
this.
I had to touch it, so I had to get over there.
I'm
So those are
just
the last
don't
2
like kind
boxes.
of like move right in front of you.
Yeah, Strix hears you say that as he looks behind him and angles himself specifically to protect the 2 boxes now.
I'm going to pull out my gun and point at him. His caliber is almost the same as your boss. I don't think you want this at this close quarters inside of you.
That's a good point. Oh well. He takes several steps back. And then grabs one of the dust containers and holds it in front of him. So go ahead and shoot me.
Smart.
Yep, this is the back car of the train.
I'm going to
Or at least,
slowly.
he looks behind himself.
Oh, I'm
the
gonna
last
look.
one that's occupied.
I'll look at Lynn. Can you grab Katie?
Sure, but he's not all protected
I
by the
know.
boss.
Grab her and walk behind me.
Sure, that's cool.
I assume you do so?
Sure.
Alright. In that case, yeah, I'm going to, as you're directly behind me, I'm going to start walking towards him. Because we only got 2 more boxes to go, and one of them he can't hold if I'm pointing my gun at him.
I don't suggest doing that.
Oh? And why is that?
He steps in the way so that he's now in between you and the box.
Well, we got
'cause
most of
this
it.
is empty. I don't know. It's not technically failing, but it feels like it.
We could go to the other train.
Uh,
Although your wings look pretty beat up and I can only carry one of you. We'll find Jackalope later. Make the portal.
Alright. It's underneath us. Drop.
Yep. See
Okay.
ya.
Alright.
His eyes go wide as you fall right through.
It closes. Oh, well, it doesn't matter if it closes or not. But I
Yeah.
close it before, right after.
Yeah, he ends up surging forward, and you are able to spot him right above the thing right before it closes.
Whew.
Yeah, you have successfully escaped.
Yay!
By the way, he was lying through his teeth when he said it was the last train car. He's not good at lying, given the fact that you only took half the dust, the other half was behind him.
But we
Right.
have to get past him to get into that other cart, so
Yeah.
we effectively got half.
You took about 43% of the overall dust amounts. That is fairly close to 50%.
And considering the damage that I assume my entire team has taken at this point.
Yes, including the
not
fact that
worth
one
it
of your
to get
team
the
members
50.
is now missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
we're
right.
We did
inside
say
your
we were
warehouse
gonna-
now, I believe, right?
Yes, you're inside her warehouse.
Yes. Before we go anywhere, do we want to... Is everything good, or because we're just in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
How's
is
your
where
wings?
I plan on wrapping the session, but
Mm.
it is a good question. Right now, her wings are pretty messed up. They've been shredded. No, not only have they been shredded heavily by the damage from the shrapnel and the like, there's also the fact that after the shrapnel, she landed on them while using gravity to pull her backwards into you, which means that right now several of the bones are broken.
Ew.
I'm not doing good. Do either of you have like a medic bay or anything?
I've fixed up
I mean,
a couple
not-
of wounds before, so do you not
They're
have
bird
one?
anatomy. Are you familiar with bird anatomy?
No, I've killed a lot of birds.
Oh,
Okay, this is gonna sound weird. Katie, can you go ahead and roll me a d20? Yes, a d20.
A what? Okay.
You
It's
know
just a
bird
what?
anatomy?
An 8.
8. You technically know bird anatomy. It was an SCP, but you know bird anatomy.
I've
There's
killed
no
a lot of
guarantee that the
birds.
SCP is like you had to work with several SCPs that had bird-like appendages.
Hey, I don't think that counts.
I just like turn her. It's like, okay. Back in my day, I used to work with a couple strange characters with bird-like appendages.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I've killed and disassembled many birds in my time, and I know how to put them mostly back together. I also know how to
Why are
clean
you
wounds
putting-
and
We can put our heads together and see if we can
reverse
edit some
engineering.
stuff.
And no,
Should I be
it's mostly
concerned?
just I'm gonna take off my jacket and my shirt and show my wings. Also, I know how to fix
Oh, damn.
these, so I can
Oh.
probably fix yours to some
Do
degree.
you though?
I have a med bay.
Well, yes, you have a med bay, but you said that you know how to fix them. I'm wondering where that skill comes from.
He's probably killed a lot of birds, and he's probably learned their general features and how they
And a
work and the different functions of
A
them.
serial killer does not a doctor make.
He knows
hope
the
you
general
realize that.
makeup, how they work, the places that they break, the general
I'm kinda
areas that
scared.
they can break. You know, I'm sure he's been cut up enough that he knows how to fix surface level wounds. The broken bones he
You
just
know how
says.
you definitely know how
wrap
to
it up."
clean a wound. You do not know how to set a bone for a bird, though.
Yeah,
That's not something you've ever needed to
he
do.
set his
If a
own
bird's
wound.
bone-
He set his own
if-
bones. They're probably similar.
If you guys just have the medic bay, that was an option. We don't have to try and.
I do
if you
have
the med
one.
bay,
Forcefully
just take
fix
her
it.
to the med bay.
I do have one. Here, do you have a house?
I do. If
Alright.
you have, yeah, I can.
Cool.
You can
Just
use
don't
the
walk
door.
up to the door of the house and just kind of put my key in there and unlock it.
Thank you. Sorry.
You see,
All right.
one of us has been in the room while people were setting a person with bird-like appendages bones. One
This
of
is
them.
true.
Yeah.
Katie Henderson has in fact been in the room when someone else was treating the wounds of something that could have been called bird-like if you looked hard enough.
I'm just gonna say your goose doesn't count.
I'm not
The goose,
talking
has
about my
the goose has never actually suffered injury.
I'm gonna
It
look at the
honks in
goose.
disgrace.
I'm gonna look at the goose that got shot by a cannon.
Oh no. After she got shot, it ran in after her.
Oh,
It didn't get hit.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it seems sad, which Katie can easily translate as, "It is so sad that I have not gained any super freaking awesome battle scars yet. I'll have to fix this."
So I have a med
Yeah.
bay, so come on in, get fixed up so
Yeah.
you aren't dying, and then we can find Jackalope at some point.
Does the warehouses stay open? Yeah.
You have access to your warehouses.
Yeah.
Your warehouse is not connected to Jackalopes' at this time, though, so it'll be difficult for you to reunite.
He'll have to find his way back.
You know,
He knew that we were going to go through the portal, and he is somewhere else now.
Jackalope does have the thing that the group gave him. There's some
The-
likelihood that they have a tracker on Jackalope's phone that y'all could use.
That's true.
True.
That's true. All right.
Because let's be honest, they probably don't trust us.
No,
They
probably.
shouldn't.
This job is literally for the purpose of proving that you're trustworthy, so no, they don't yet.
Exactly, so they probably have a tracker on Jackalope's phone that they gave him because he
Nice.
asked for one.
So,
I.e. the phone, not the tracker. So
Yeah.
the likelihood is that you will be able to find Jackalope.
good. So we have our mission. Do your second portal. We'll fix up my med bay, and then we'll reunite with the boss and then see where Jackalope went. Hopefully he's not dead.
I believe I closed the portal that's on the train, and then there's only the one that's open at the fortress.
Yep. So you'll be able to get everything back there.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, that's where we're going to finish off the session for tonight. Hope you all had a great time with it.
Yep.
Yay, we almost got 100%. Passing grade, though.
Almost the passing grade. Actually, it was
It is
about
passing grade.
Yeah, that's technically an 86% out of 100.
Hey.
So that's a B plus
I'll take
even.
that.
Yeah.
I always get C's, so I would take a B.
Damn straight. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more of this kind of content, come back here every Monday at 7 to 9 p.m. PST. If you guys want to see our other D&D content, which is our Shifting Fates 5e campaign, that is on Fridays at 7 to 10 p.m. PST. And we do other various episodes of me actually playing games on this channel at other times in the day, which you guys can see on our Twitch schedule, or if you pop over to our Discord, you'll see it there as well. Bye!
Auf Wiedersehen.
See ya.
Boy.
Believe heathens.